Hey guys, what's up? It's Cole, and I figured let's talk really quickly about Diablo 4 and my plans with it, and kind of a general update on what's going on with my life, because it's been Final Fantasy XIV's patch week, and honestly, I've just been more caught up than I could have hoped. So, elephant out of the room first is my dad went for emergency surgery as he had an infected gallstone infect his entire abdominal cavity, and we're talking like there was bleeding and a whole lot of other problems. Like, he was thinking that it was heart related, like it could have been a attack. And so last Wednesday it was like, oh shoot, we need to get you to the hospital, and he went under for laparoscopic surgery, got IV antibiotics pumped into him for days. So really, patch 6.4's launch week was not what I expected. I got like my first Island Sanctuary videos out, but then bam, real life hit, and obviously it's my dad. I need to prioritize that. Especially after the scare we had last year, which I'm not going to get into here. It kind of messed with me. It still's messing with me, if I'm honest. So this week I kind of hoped for years of work to be able to unveil something earlier than I'm going to have to, but unfortunately I'm going to have to be a bit more patient than I could have hoped for. You'll hear about that from me pretty soon, but it's going to be a few days from now. So frankly, this week has been a bust. There's no other way to say it. I have been utterly left in the dust. I feel like a total failure, and I do profusely apologize to everyone who was hoping for a faster guide content and my website, which is all coming. 100% it is. No one is more motivated to get that into your hands than me after a year and a half of revamping, reworking, and doing all this work after my day job. I am very much excited for it, but it will be a little bit longer, which I do apologize for. In terms of Final Fantasy XIV rating, I got 2 statics. Yep, 2 going into Savage. One is a bit more focused and one is a bit more casual, and I'm really looking forward to this tier. I have a lot of thoughts, and frankly I should have probably made a video on days ago, but obviously, as I just told you, my mind was elsewhere. Let's talk Diablo 4 now. Now, Diablo 4 is another game that I have been very excited about. I haven't really been too shy about talking about it. The first new game in literally years I can say I'm excited about. The last one was Anthem, and I've been giddy like it's 5 years or whatever ago and I'm a teenager again. It is such a good feeling. I am feeling that like teenage hype that like I'm so glad it's not dead in me, because I thought it was. So obviously I've been sharing my hype about for a while now. If you've been on Discord, I haven't really shut up much about it. But are there things that worry me? Like, yeah, there are things that worry me at least a little bit. Sure, I'm not like delusional and ignoring Overwatch 2 just cut its PvE. What a bummer, to say the least. Or the WoW token being introduced into Classic, which is frankly, as someone who, how to say it, I was a very young kid during the Classic eras. Before the WoW token was introduced, it kind of it squats over the idea of Classic WoW and takes a hearty dump on it. So I don't really get why people are happy, but I think Blizzard should have just approached bots way more seriously. Again, we're in the year 2023. We have ChatGPT and everything going on, and you can't find bots. That's not tech problem. That's not a difficulty problem. That's an effort problem. But I digress. For Diablo 4, after playing both betas and the server slam, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of don't care, and that sounds apathetic, but think about it from this angle, which is what I'm thinking about it as. Life is short, and I keep getting reminders of that like over and over again. I simply enjoyed my time playing it, and I'm excited. It is as simple as it possibly could be, and I'm keeping things really simple on my end. You know, the whole keep it simple, stupid principle? Yeah, that's me. Exact plans for Diablo 4 is I'm going into it for fun. I'm going to take it slow, and I'm going to go with my massively unoptimized garbage druid build that involves the wolf companions, which everyone is basically recommending you to not take, or why would probably be the better question, because werewolves are cool, and I know from past time playing that the wolf companions can become werewolves. I put it on this channel, and I think that's just absolutely badass. You can buff them, you can give like cyclone armor, which is like a defense buff to everyone. You can take Blood Howl, that gives people like a crit buff like you, and a little bit of a heal. You basically kind of become a bard. I really enjoy that, so I'm just doing it. I don't care if it's shit. I'm not gonna look at any guides. I'm refusing to skip cutscenes. I'm gonna really take in the game world. There's only one time that you play it for the first time, and if I'm the last person to hit a level 100, Guys, I seriously don't care. I'm purely in there playing this game for my own enjoyment and nothing more. I'm really not even going to allow myself to record footage unless it's something truly stupendous, and even then, if I run into the butcher, ooh, big deal. Shocking. There's like probably 100,000 videos of that. It's not a big deal. Which, let's get into content creation around it. Frankly, Diablo 4 is already solved. Diablo 4 was a solved game, is a solved game as of May 30th when the embargoes were lifted. It was super intensely obvious this game is solved. There are already hypertuned builds for every single class on maxroll.gg, which, to be clear, I have zero problem with. Zero. It's not something I'm going to take part in. Like I said, I'm doing my unoptimized, like, buff the party bard druid with werewolves. Like, and not to, like, say the least, actually, I am genuinely a fan of Rax and have been for quite some time. Rax is someone that I am very inspired by and plan to level up my own stuff based on my inspiration of how he approaches content. It's going to be really awkward going on camera and doing some of the stuff, but I'm gonna do it. Probably gonna be shocking. People are gonna be like, oh wow, his beard is really big, and I'm gonna be like, yes. But yeah, I just love Rax. Like, I love the man, he's badass, and so it's like I genuinely have no ill will to Diablo 4 being a soft game. Like, I really don't. But with that being said, Diablo 4 doesn't need me, doesn't want me, probably, so I'm not really gonna even record footage. I'm purely playing it to take my mind off of real life stressors and problems to fully relax. Final Fantasy XIV content creation is fun to me and I love it, but I'm thinking how to say it. I'll just say it. When it comes to other games, I see it as being more stress than it is worth in any capacity. Like, way more stress than it's worth. Like, it's just like, oh wow, are you really editing for this? It's just like, is this really fun or is it just stressful? And for pretty much everything other than Final Fantasy XIV, it usually is just stress. Like, people tell me all day long on repeat, things like, oh, you're here to make money, you don't actually enjoy XYZ. Like, it actually becomes exhausting, and while I shouldn't need to say it, and people act entitled to an answer like they're my owner and I'm their dog, and they're like with a yeesh yarding it, like, guys, I'm gonna say it in the most classy way I can. If I don't want to do something, I can simply not do it. It's that simple. And that sounds maybe arrogant, but guys, like, I'm not doing this for... I'm not doing it to, like, clout chase. That's why you don't see me doing things like that. You don't see me doing that kind of wild stuff, because frankly, I don't want or need to. So if I say I like you, that's not BS. Like, chances if I don't is that your name won't even be spoken by me, because frankly, I probably forgot it. And that's not me saying it to be a jerk. Ask anyone I've chatted with when I'm in Discord. I'm actually tragic when it comes to names. Like, undeniably, I likely forgot it. So when it comes to me saying stuff like what I said before, if anything, that should give you reassurance that, like, hey, if I'm actually, like, involved and actually, like, doing something, I'm not doing it out of being compelled to. I'm doing it because I actually really want to. So when it comes to, like, D4 content, it's something I'm gonna enjoy as a human being, as a normal person, as a normal gamer. And if I enjoy it enough, you might see videos crop up, but I kind of doubt it at this point. Well, maybe that's too cynical, but Final Fantasy XIV for me has that spark, that magic for me. I don't see myself even replicating it anywhere else in any other game. I don't feel that strongly about other games. And with that, I close with, yes, even though Diablo 4 is coming out and I'm hammering out my project, working with tons of Final Fantasy XIV stuff, don't think you lost me just, well, because Diablo 4 came out, because you didn't. But I am going to sit down for at least 4 to 12 hours a day playing Diablo 4 when it launches, just for fun.